Hey, I'm Quack, and this is...
In the last episode, I outlined my target gear, skills, and supplies I would need for my first Fight Caves attempt, and even managed to check off 2 of these goals, being 32 farming as well as the Ava's accumulator. We also managed to acquire both halves of a crystal key, unlocking our first potential dragonstone on the account. This meant that the only thing standing between us and an amulet of glory was a 30-hour crafting grind. So, let's get right to it. So this method of training crafting is pretty common on Ultimate Ironman accounts because it's fairly inexpensive and actually gives pretty decent XP rates. Basically, all it involves is buying buckets of sand and soda ash from the charter ship traders and then running back to the nearby furnace to turn it all into molten glass. After that, you walk back towards the charter ship while crafting said molten glass into various items like lantern lenses or unpowered orbs. You can then sell your crafted items back to the store in order to recoup some of your money, and then you simply hop worlds to buy more sand and soda ash and repeat. I was a little worried about how difficult this would be on an account with no yellow clicks available, but the furnace and the charter ship are close enough that I can just red click back and forth. I can't click directly on the charter ship members, but I can click on the gangplank and that takes me right over next to them. And then I can just click on the furnace to make my way back. And there's 60 crafting. And there's level 62 crafting, but an even cooler milestone, we are now 1000 total level on the No Yellow X account. It's pretty crazy that we've made it this far without the walk here option, so we're gonna keep going. And there's 65 crafting on the only remembering to record every 3rd level Ultimate Ironman. There's 68 crafting. Unfortunately, this does mean we're only about halfway of our goal to 75. Nice. And there is level 70 crafting coming in. Pretty big milestone. And I know these clips are going by pretty quickly, but we are about 17 hours into this grind, and there's about 13 more to go before our goal, so let's just keep plugging along. And there is 72 crafting, and I know I'm not showing every level, but you know, you guys didn't want to see the last level anyways. It was 71 crafting, it's crap level. 72, that's a good level. Yeah, 72 crafting, that's so 2 hours ago. We're 73 now. And there's 74 crafting. We unlocked Dragonstone bracelets, which is great. We're 27 hours in, and honestly, I'm at the point where I'm starting to wonder whether or not making this account was even a good idea. Attention Kmart shoppers, we now have level 75 crafting unlocked. Oh, that's so beautiful. We can now make red dragonhide chaps, and we have the level now to make slayer rings without a boost. We will need to unlock that ability from a slayer master, but that's for future me to figure out. Right now, I'm just stoked that we have 75 crafting and we can finally be done with this grind. There are a couple things we need to do before we're able to do the +5 boost to make the amulet of glory, so let's go ahead and go do those. And there we go, Shadow of the Storm completed. And now we have freed Evil Dave. That's our 3rd recipe for disaster subquest completed, but now that gives us access to these spicy stews, which give the +5 boost that we need. And I'm up here in Taverley with the crystal key that we've been holding on to since last episode. We are going to open the crystal chest now. It has a guaranteed drop of 1 uncut dragonstone. However, there is a small chance that we get some other rewards, so those would be kind of nice too. But let's see what we get. Yeah, it's one of the more common ones. The spinach roll, not too great, but more importantly, we have our uncut dragonstone. And we have the level now to go ahead and cut that. There we go. That is what we need in order to make our amulet of glory. We'll go ahead and eat that. We can drop the chisel. And now we should have everything we need in order to make the dragonstone amulet. Alright, and now we're back over here at Evil Dave's Basement of Doom, which is where we made the stew for the Recipe for Disaster quest. Now we need 3 orange spices per stew in order to get the potential +5 crafting boost. And there's only a 1 in 12 chance to get the +5 crafting boost. So it'll take us about 36 doses of orange spice on average to get that. So I'm hoping we get that pretty soon. Yes! Yes. Okay, Falador. Alright, go to furnace. And we have everything. Okay, Dragonstone amulet. There we go, and we'll string this. Yes, let's go. There's the Dragonstone amulet. Level 5 enchant on the Dragonstone amulet. And there it is. The Amulet of Glory has been unlocked. That is just huge for the account. Let's go ahead and actually mount this in our house real quick. And we got a couple extra planks just so we can make the mounted dark light in our house, because why not? I think it looks cool. And more importantly, the moment we grinded 30 hours for, we now have the mounted Amulet of Glory in our POH. So now we could just have unlimited teleports to Edgeville, Karamja, Draenor Village, and Alcarid, which is just so insanely useful on this account. So I know we literally just built this Amulet of Glory in our POH, but I'm actually going to remove it, and that's because I think it's going to be useful in our next grind, which is going to be getting full void. We still have our ranged and slayer grind before we can attempt the fight caves, and I think having full void prior to that grind is just going to make it a lot nicer. And the Amulet of Glory gives some really nice offensive and defensive bonuses, which I think will make pest control just that much easier. And one last thing before we head over to pest control, I'm going to go ahead and buy a dragon dagger. It's 60k, but I think having this for the pest control grind is going to be pretty nice. It'll be useful for taking out the spinners that keep healing the portals and for keeping my points threshold up. And there is 60 strength, another big level coming in here at pest control. So now I want to work on getting our defense up. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the defensive attack style. And now we will get defense XP. So the main reason I decided on void armor for the fight caves is because it gives a 10% bonus to range damage and accuracy. Now, I expect it could take me well over 2 hours to reach the final wave of the fight caves, even with my ideal gear, stats, and supplies. So, while 10% may not seem like much, over the course of several hours, that 10% adds up, and could honestly be the difference between a completion and a failed run. And we're just about finished with our final game of pest control. There we go. We have 852 pest points. We need 850 to buy the full void range set, or really the full void armor set plus the range helmet. I do plan on buying the mage helmet and the melee helmet, which would be another 200 points each for a total of 1250 points. But you know, I've been here for a while, and I'm only going to be using the ranged one currently. So I'm just going to get the ranged armor set for now. And the last piece, the Void Ranger Helm. That means we now have full Void Ranged unlocked. And this is going to be our primary armor for the fight caves, as well as just our general ranged and slayer training. Just that 10% bonus to damage and accuracy is just huge over long periods of time. And so and it has pretty decent defense bonuses as well. It's like plus 87 or 85 to everything across the board. So the fact that it has no negative defense bonuses is actually kind of huge. And we can actually store it directly into our POH. I know I've mentioned that a couple times, but it cannot be overstated how huge that is compared to like Dragonhide, where you have to keep taking it out of the stash unit, or you have to go buy it or make it each time you want to use it. It is a little annoying that it's going to show me the Void Knight glove warning each time I try and store this, but there we go. The full Void Knight armor set and the Void Ranger helm acquired and storable in the POH. And here are the stats following the pest control grind. We got 60 strength and 55 defense. Those are our big ones. We got 65 hit points as well. I think we're going to go work on Slayer and Ranged for a bit. And that is level 61 Ranged, which means we can now wield the rune crossbow. And that's one more level that we can check off of our Fight Caves preparation checklist. Getting a new task, we got Greater Demons. Okay, it's not bad. Yeah, so the Chasm of Fire I think is going to be a good place for these guys. I could just safe spot them from like over here, I think. Alright, you're getting a new task from Cheldar, please. Anything but blue dragons. Okay, fire giants. Wait, did she just understand me? Dude, there is no freaking way I just got another full crystal key. What the hell? I just got the tooth half of the key, and then like 10 kills ago, I got the loop half. These are like a 1 in 500 drop from these things, and I've gotten 4 in like 700 kills. And I got all pieces that I need to make full keys, so I can actually just get another dragonstone and then make another amulet of glory and have one permanently in my house for the teleports and then one that I use for combat. Alright, so we finished the fire giants task. We're here getting another one. I'm just so stoked that we got another crystal key. I was not expecting that at all. Hellhounds. Okay, well that's a new one. We might be able to finish some hard clues then, if we're lucky with the steps we get. Alright, so I somehow managed to screw up recording the actual opening of the chest, but we got another spinach roll and our dragon stone, which I am now going to go turn into our second amulet of glory, so we can have one permanently in the POH and then use one as gear. Oh, there we go, 80 crafting. Let's head to Falador. And there is our second Dragonstone amulet. Let's go get the stuff to enchant it. And there is our second amulet of glory, and this one will just go back in our POH, and that way we can still have our amulet that we use for training and have the amulet in the POH for infinite teleports, and not have to lose the teleports whenever we want to take it out to use as gear. And we'll drink the tea and go ahead and build our amulet of glory once more, and that is where this will stay permanently. We will always have the amulet of glory teleports in the POH, which is excellent. And back to Slayer we go. I'm just over here in the Stronghold Slayer cave. It has these nice little rooms with these hallways in between, and if I time it correctly, I can stop right in the hallway, and it gives me this nice little safe spot where the Hellhounds can't reach me, and I can just safe spot with range. So super nice. Hoping to get some clue scrolls from this, but we'll see. And we are now level 65 ranged, kind of a neat little level. We now have access to Third Age, which of course is probably unlikely for this account. Alright, I just finished the Hellhounds task and I just realized I am now level 75 combat, which means I can start completing Slayer tasks for Konar. She gives a lot more points per tasks than Cheldar and Vanica, so this will help me unlock things like Slayer ring crafting and Broadbolt fletching a lot faster. Okay, Fire Giants in the Catacombs of Korend. I think this is going to be our first Catacomb Slayer task. So this should be interesting. I don't really know where the safe spot is for these. And there is 67 hit points, which I briefly mentioned in the previous episode is what I needed in order for strawberries to heal 5 hit points each. There's another Longbone, an easy 4.5k construction XP. We'll take that. And there is 55 Slayer. We can now equip Broadbolts. We don't have the fletching level yet to make them, nor do we have the ability unlocked from the Slayer Masters to make those. But there is another skilling requirement completed, and we are one step closer to our first Fight Caves attempt. Alright, and there's our first Brimstone key on the account. That's kind of exciting. There's lots of good items that we can get from the Brimstone chest. And there is another Slayer task completed. Because we did it for Konar, we got 90 points for the 30 task streak. And that gets us up to 320 points, which is enough to unlock the broader Fletching perk. All right, and here we are. Broader fletching, 300 points to unlock this, but that'll let us fletch broad arrows with 52 fletching and broad bolts with 55 fletching. All right, and we're going to go ahead and open our first brimstone chest on the account and see what we get. Ooh, 158 magic logs. Wait, that's actually pretty good. I think I need those for Morning's End Part 1 and Desert Treasure. I think I also need them. There's another thing. It's like I think one of the balloon routes, like maybe the Gnome Stronghold one for Monkey Madness 2 needs some as well. So that's super, super nice. Yeah, I'll go ahead and hold on to those for now. All right, we're done with the Pest Control and Slayer grind, which is really what we needed our melee gear for. So I'm just going to go ahead and alch the Rune Armor and the Dragon Dagger. I will be keeping the Dragon Scimitar, so I won't be alching that. But we don't really need the other stuff right now, so just cleaning up the inventory a little bit. I'm currently in the Enchanted Valley killing tree spirits to try and get a rune axe. They are a 1 in 32 drop, so I'm not sure how long it's going to take me, but I think it's going to speed... Oh. Okay, so 3 kills is how long it will take me to get that. And there's 50 wood cutting. We can now cut mahogany trees. I'm just here cutting oak trees and turning them into arrow shafts. I think I'll turn these arrow shafts into headless arrows and then those into broad arrows once I get to 52 fletching. There's 35 fletching. We can now make willow short bows. All right, so we finished making all of the headless arrows. We ended up with about 21k. And we are now buying steel arrowheads from the archery shop in Catherby, and we are making steel arrows. And the XP rate is way higher than before. However, it is also way more expensive than before. So it is a bit of a trade-off, but there is 44 fletching. So the levels are going to be rolling in a lot faster now. And there's level 50 fletching. We can now make maple short bows. And there is 51 fletching. I decided to switch it up a little bit. I'm over here fletching willow shields and bows in Lumbridge. My cash stack is hurting a little bit, so I'm hoping this can offset that a little. And here's another big level coming in, 52 fletching, which means we can now finally fletch broad arrows. And we already unlocked the broader fletching perk with 300 Slayer points, so we can go ahead and come right over here to the equipment store and buy the broad arrowheads and broad arrowhead packs. Alright, so I did some agility pyramid and got about 233k. It's a little bit more than I need, but I didn't want to use all of my money. So I did the math to figure out how much I'm going to need to get to 55 fletching, and I'm going to need a little bit shy of 2,900 more broad arrows, and this should run me about 160k. There we go, 55 fletching. We can now make maple longbows and broad bolts, which is the entire reason we're doing this fletching grind right now. And those are great because we could just buy the unfinished bolts from the Slayer's store and slap some feathers on them to get the finished bolts, so they're really quick and easy to make. Now we just need something to fire them with. My weapon for the fight caves is going to be the rune crossbow, which is dropped by the crazy archaeologist in level 23 wilderness. Most teleports only work up to level 20, but Slayer ring teleports work up to level 30. These require level 75 crafting, which I already have. However, I still need 300 Slayer points to unlock the perk that lets me craft them. Since they cost next to nothing to make, these will be my best emergency teleport, since as an ultimate Ironman, I risk everything I take with me when I enter the wilderness. So I am going to switch over to Slayer for a little bit just to get those 300 points I need for the Slayer ring. I already have the crafting level for it, so it shouldn't take too long, especially since I'm going to be tutorial skipping for those points. And for those unfamiliar with tutorial skipping, it's basically doing 9 super quick and easy 0-point tasks with tutorial, and then doing every 10th task at a higher Slayer master like Neve or Konar in order to capitalize on the consecutive task bonus that those Slayer masters give. So I'll be doing 9 tasks at Turiel, and then every 10th task I'll complete at Konar so I can get 90 points for that one task instead of the regular 18. So we finished our 9 Turiel tasks in a row, and we are now here getting our first one from Konar. Greater Demons in the Karum Slayer Dungeon. Okay, cool. So I believe I have encountered another problem of the no yellow clicking variety. I can get over to these like stairs right here. They go to the next level, but there's nothing spawning in the other room, or at least rendering in the other room. And I can't click on anything over there. I can click these stone chests, but those ones just have examine options. So I can't red click anything. Once again, it is time to make a clockwork doll to get us out of a no yellow click jam. Honestly, back in like episode 3 when I first used the clockwork doll to finish the Holy Grail quest, I really thought that was going to be a one-time thing. I had no idea it was going to be such an integral part of this account's like forward progress and that I'd use it so many times. Alright, and we're back in the Karum Slayer dungeon with our clockwork doll. We're going to go ahead and release that and see where this ends up. Alright. Yes! Alright, melee, sweet. Old reliable, she done it again. I feel bad saying this, but man, their clockwork doll works like clockwork. Please subscribe. And there's another brimstone key. And we are now level 56 Slayer and can kill warped creatures, which we definitely will be doing in the future to get the warped scepter. And there's the Greater Demon task completed. We're going to go ahead and see what we get from this brimstone key. 13 rune ore. Okay, that's a little bit of money. And we just completed another 9 tasks with Turiel. We are back at Konar to get task number 50 in a row, and this will actually be the last one we need before we have enough points to unlock the Slayer rings. And we are doing jellies in the catacombs. Okay, interesting. Here we are at the warp jellies in the catacombs of Kourend, and since this will be our last task before we finally unlock Slayer rings, we are nearly ready to go fight the crazy archaeologist for the rune crossbow. However, something occurred to me just now. I don't yet have access to prayer potions, which means I won't be able to restore my prayer points during the fight, meaning I'd likely average less than a single kill per trip unless I have a way to seriously conserve my existing prayer points. Now, I could just go get my herb lore up and take some prayer potions with me to the wilderness, but that would mean I'd be risking my prayer potions, which I really want to save for the fight caves. So, my solution to this, as you might have already guessed by what I'm currently doing, is to use this Slayer task to practice my prayer flicking. And that is our task completed, and it was actually our 50th task in a row, so we got 270 points from that one task, and that gives us enough points to unlock the ability to craft Slayer rings now. And we also got 2 brimstone keys from that, so we'll go ahead and turn those in as well. I did prayer flick most of that task. I ended up safe spotting him near the end just because it was getting a little tedious, but I do feel a little better about prayer flicking now, so I'm glad I did that. And we are back at Konar. We have these 2 brimstone keys that we're going to turn in, but first let's go ahead and unlock the Slayer ring ability. There we go, ring bling, yes please, 300 points. And we have now unlocked the ability to craft Slayer rings. And these are awesome because the Slayer gems used to craft them cost next to nothing. So those are one of the best teleports that we could have on this account. Now we have these 2 brimstone keys. Let's go ahead and unlock this chest. We've opened it 2 times already. We got some coal. Okay. And steel bars. Ooh. Yeah, 323 noted steel bars. I'm sure we'll find some good uses for that. Maybe smithing or mahogany homes. So with Slayer rings unlocked, we can now teleport out of the wilderness. However, we still need our method of teleporting into the wilderness to actually get to the boss fight. And for this, I want to use burning amulets, which require a red topaz. All of the typical methods of obtaining a red topaz would require a decent bit of skilling or questing, and I think I have an even faster method of getting one right away. There's a lesser known Easter egg where you can search the various scenery objects in the game, like chests, crates, or drawers, and you have a 1 in 1,000 chance of finding an uncut red topaz. On average, it would take me about 10 minutes to find a single topaz, but I think this will still be faster than completely switching gears to do more quests. Hey, there we go. There's our red topaz. I've been here for about 10 minutes straight, which is what I would expect to be on drop rate for the 1 in 1,000 chance. We still can crush this, so perfect. We did not crush it, and we have our red topaz. We can now make our burning amulet. And we'll go ahead and turn this into a topaz amulet and use a ball of wool to string it. And there's our topaz amulet. Now we'll cast level 3 enchant. Now we have our burning amulet. And there is our Slayer ring. Super good unlock overall, even when I'm not doing wilderness content. The teleports are just super useful, especially for quick access to fairy rings. But now we have our method of teleporting out of level 23 wilderness. So now that we have the Slayer ring and burning amulet unlocked, we can go fight the crazy archaeologist to try and get the rune crossbow. But first we are going to create a death pile. It's our first time doing this intentionally on this account, but for those who don't know, Ultimate Ironman, when you die outside of the wilderness and not to another player, all of your items just drop to the ground and you have an hour before they just disappear. They're not visible to anyone else, so you could just leave them for an hour, go do your risky stuff, and then come back and pick it up. So we're poisoned, we're just going to let the poison kill us right here, and then we'll be able to just respawn, pick up what we need, and go kill the crazy archaeologist. Alright, and there we go, the first intentional death on the account to create the death pile. We're going to take what we need. Alright, so I think I've got everything I need, and if you see in the top left corner, I have a timer going that will keep track of my death pile. It's not totally accurate, so I will want to give myself a little bit of leeway getting back to pick these up. So I didn't really plan out my route super efficiently, so I am going to have to go back to Brimhaven and buy a couple more pieces of food so I have a full inventory. Alright, so we have our full inventory of food as well as all of our gear. Let's set up our quick prayers before we forget. And I'm a little nervous. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to go. I did practice my prayer flicking a little bit on that jellies task, but I'm still not 100% comfortable with it. I've been using these prayer flick plugins, like the prayer flick indicator both in the bar and the prayer orb, as well as the metronome runelight plugin, and that seems to help a little bit. I'm still kind of getting used to them, but anyways, without any further procrastinating, let's go ahead and teleport. Okay, here we are. Of course, these trees all have examine options. Why couldn't they have cut options? Let's go ahead and attack this bandit. We need to make our way west. I swear that there are some like coins or something over here that I could click on. But oh shoot. Okay, protect melee. But no, everything's just given examine options currently. Okay, maybe the door. Oh shoot! No, stop running. Turn my prayer off. Oh, they used a lot of prayer points. Okay. Damn, I thought there was gonna be something over here I could click on. Aren't there like bears or something over here? Alright, so I think I accidentally soft-locked myself. There's nothing over here to click on, and I'm too far away now from the bandit camp to even click back to the bandits. So I'm just going to teleport out and I'm gonna have to re-teleport back to the bandit camp, which is unfortunate. It burns a burning amulet charge. I'm hoping to use those sparingly, but you know, gotta do what we gotta do. All right, do the same thing. Attack the bandit up here. There has to be something over there I can red click on. Maybe if I go into the camp a little bit. Yes, there we go. Okay. I should have recharged my prayer points when I left the wilderness. What was I thinking? Oh well. Yeah, see, there's the bear. I don't know why it wasn't rendering in. And there are the coins. I guess I'm just too far away when I teleport in. But no worries. We're up here now. And there is our crazy archaeologist. Let's go ahead and attack him. Oops. Shit. Okay. Now, fortunately, the one blessing about this fight that I think is going to make it doable is there's all these like tiles and stuff on the ground around here. Oh, yep. So when he does, well, I didn't dodge that in time. Okay. Anyways, when he does his Rain of Knowledge attack like that, I need to run away from where I'm standing. And I think by clicking on these tiles, I might be able to avoid some damage that way. However, it is pretty difficult to do the one-tick prayer flicking while also red-clicking on all the tiles and bones and stuff. So I may just do like a kill or two without prayer flicking just to kind of get the mechanics down and get comfortable with it. Alright, there's our first crazy archaeologist kill. We got some onyx bolts and a looting bag. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and teleport out. I did not conserve my prayer at all. I just wanted to kind of see if it was possible to get a kill and see if it was even possible to get over there. So now that we know that it is and we have a method of getting over there, I'm going to go re-gear and try again. Alright, so we've re-geared. We're going to go ahead and teleport back, and I actually logged in on my main just to kind of like see if I could find any usable red clicks, and I think I can reach, yep, there it is. The small fishing net up by the crazy archaeologist is red clickable from the teleport, so that will save us a ton of time per trip teleporting back. I might mark that tile or something just so I can see it a little easier from the teleport. But as of right now, that is going to be our method of getting up to the ruins from that teleport spot. Alright, and there's kill number 2 under our belt. Much better second kill compared to the first one. I'm feeling a lot more comfortable with the red clicking on the tiles and moving out of the way of the Rain of Knowledge attack, while also prayer flicking. Still not where I would like to be. I think that's just going to come with practice. But I think that compared to the first trip, this is already going much better, and I'm thinking we can probably get some multiple kill trips out of this. Alright, well, we would have been able to get a third kill on this trip, but I've run out of death runes, so I'm going to go ahead and leave and grab some more runes and come back for trip number 3. Alright, and there's kill number 3 for some potatoes with cheese. And kill number 4, second of the trip, for some cannonballs. And we also got the combat achievement for, I believe that's doing a kill without getting hit by the Rain of Knowledge attack. So that's pretty cool to get that. And there's kill number 8 for a 4-dose prayer potion. That's super useful. I think I am going to use this to help extend my trips. I have quite a bit of food left over in my inventory, and I'd rather use up the prayer potions now than try and save them for the fight caves, because I'm just going to make some more prayer potions anyways. So I think it'd just be more beneficial to use the potions I get as drops to extend these trips. And there's kill number 10, which also gets us the Crazy Archaeologist Champion combat achievement. That will be the end of our first hour of killing the Crazy Archaeologist. We do need to go reset our death pile, and we used the last of our burning amulet charges, so we need to go make a new burning amulet. So we're going to reset the pile, make new jewelry, and then head back up there for session number 2. Nope. Okay. We are going to find a different world. All right, and there is kill number 15. And there is kill number 19, which will wrap up this hour of Crazy Archaeologist killing. We are averaging about 9 or 10 kills before we need to go re-gear and reset the death pile. So on average, we should be looking at about 2.5 hours to see a single rune crossbow drop. We haven't seen one yet, but hopefully soon. So we're going to re-gear and keep going. And there is another person. I am going to log out. I don't think they were a PKer. They're probably just here to kill the Crazy Arc, but I'm not going to take that chance. Oh, okay. Well, that is the Malediction Shard 2. That is the rarest and I believe most expensive drop from this boss. It's 1 in 256, so literally 10 times more rare than the crossbow, which we have not seen yet. So I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to finish the Malediction Ward. I was not expecting to get that on this grind, but still kind of a neat drop to have. I might just put it in the looting bag for now and hold on to it. We'll see what I do with that. And there is kill number 25 for some Onyx Bolt tips, as well as the Crazy Archaeologist Adept combat achievement, which I believe means that we have now green-logged the combat achievements for the Crazy Archaeologist. Still no rune crossbow, but the kills are getting a little easier. So we're just going to keep going and hopefully get it soon. All right, took a little bit of a break to come do some agility pyramid. Just needed to make some money to buy some more runes. Our cash stack was pretty much at 0. So now we have 270k to buy some more death runes and continue killing the Crazy Archaeologist for the rune crossbow. Oh, okay. There's a cut dragonstone, which is a 1 in 2000 drop. So nearly 100 times more rare than the rune crossbow we are hunting. And that's our 3rd dragonstone on the account, so I don't even know what we'll make it into. Probably like a combat bracelet or something. And there's kill number 40. Still no rune crossbow, which is a 1 in 25.6 drop. We're about 8.5 hours into the Crazy Archaeologist grind, although it hasn't been 8.5 straight hours of killing the Crazy Arc. We did about an hour of agility pyramid, and then this last topaz amulet we did, we went about 35 minutes dry getting the topaz, and then we went to cut it and ended up breaking it and had to get another one. So just to make the burning amulet this last time was like 45 minutes. So this is a pretty inefficient way for a normal account to kill this boss, but you know, it's efficient for me, so we're gonna keep going, and you know, the rune crossbow's gotta be here soon. Oh, and there's another prayer potion at kill number 47. We are getting a little better at prayer flicking. I think we even had like a 5-kill trip last time without any prayer pots. So we are getting better, but having these prayer potions to help extend the trips is just making this grind go a little bit faster. So that's super nice. I'm glad we have those. Oh, that's a PK. We are going to run away and okay, and he logged out. I'm gonna try and finish this kill. Apparently I wasn't a tasty enough loot pinata for him to go for. Alright, and another milestone kill coming in here. This will be kill number 50. Still no rune crossbow. Wait. Okay, we just got our second malediction shard, and I don't know if I should be excited or like a little upset. Well, we did get another XP lamp, so that's 23 herb lore. But yeah, second malediction shard. That's kind of bizarre. Those are 1 in 256, 10 times more rare than the rune crossbow that we're going for. And we now have 2 of them on the account without a single crossbow drop. Yes, there it is. There it is. Yes, 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 yes. Oh my god, thank you. Okay, let's fucking get out. Holy shit. There it is. We have our crossbow. Oh, okay. Man, 59 kills. That's honestly not super dry. Man, I'm still I'm a little jittery. Let's go get our stuff back off the ground. And 59 kills later, we have our rune crossbow. Oh, it looks so nice. I know it says we have 2, but that's just a single drop of 2 crossbows. And of course, we have the 2 malediction ward shards as well, which is kind of bizarre. Was not expecting at all to get one of those. So that's pretty cool. We also got our dragon stone and a couple other neat drops. Yeah, we can be done with this and move on to herb lore, which is our last obstacle before we take on the fight caves.